Lando Norris isn't just fast on the track, his garage is a full-blown dream factory. From rare classics to million-dollar hypercars, the guy's collection is as epic as his racing skills. Buckle up because we're diving into the wild, loud, and insanely expensive world of Lando Norris's ultimate car collection. Let's start with one car in Lando Norris's epic car collection that's got car enthusiasts and F1 fans drooling: the absolutely bonkers McLaren 675 LT Spider. Now, this isn't just any supercar sitting in a millionaire's garage. No, this one is special. And you might be asking why. Well, because Lando didn't just buy this car. He basically helped build it. That is right, this 765 LT Spider was developed under his direct input. When you're an F1 driver and McLaren factory driver, apparently you don't just get to pick a car off the lot. You spec it, tweak it, and get it dialed in to your exact taste. Talk about living the dream, huh? Let's dive into those juicy specs. The McLaren 765 LT Spider is armed with a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine that unleashes an eye-watering 755 horsepower. That is not just fast, that is F1 level fast. And if you're wondering how quick that power translates to real-world speed, try a top speed of 330 kilometers per hour. That's about 205 miles an hour if you're stateside. Basically, blink and it's gone. Now add to the fact that it's a Spider, so yes, the roof does come off, and you get that open-top experience while the engine roars behind you like a demon straight from the racetrack. And let's not ignore the price tag, $500,000. $500,000 of pure, unfiltered precision and Lando Norris approved craftsmanship. But here's where it gets even cooler. Lando's connection to this car isn't just for show. This isn't a flashy celeb endorsement. This car was tuned and spec'd with him in mind. He knows what a car should feel like at the edge of performance. So when he says that this is his 765 LT Spider, you better believe it's built to race, cruise, and impress all in one. And if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I need that in my life, well, you're not alone. The 765 LT Spider is limited, exclusive, and built for people who appreciate the line between a road car and a race car. Whether you're a McLaren enthusiast, a Lando Norris fanboy, or just someone who wants to drive something that makes everyone turn their heads, this is it. So yeah, in a collection filled with insane cars, this one, Lando's McLaren 765 LT Spider, is the crown jewel. It's got power, pedigree, and personality. Honestly, who wouldn't want to get behind the wheel of a car developed with feedback from one of F1's most exciting talents? But just when you think it couldn't get any crazier than a $500,000 McLaren with F1 DNA all over it, boom! Lando switches gears completely and pulls out something legendary, old school, and downright iconic. Let's talk about his latest flex, the Porsche Carrera GT. Now, if you know your supercars, you already know this isn't just another flashy ride. This is a holy grail level car, a true unicorn. And Lando, well, he went and bought one. But not just any Carrera GT, oh no, he had to make it special. So first off, let's talk looks. Most Carrera GTs come in your classic silver or black, but Lando went full style icon mode and picked up his Carrera GT in British racing green. That's right, a German supercar dripped out in a color you'd normally see on an Aston Martin. It's classy, it's bold, and it screams individuality. You already know this isn't just some off-the-shelf collector's item. It is Lando's personal take on one of the most iconic cars of the early 2000s, and honestly, it suits him perfectly. Modern, stylish, and just the right amount of old-school savage. Now let's talk numbers, because this thing is no slouch. Under the hood, you're getting a 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine. Yes, a full-blooded V10. No turbos, no hybrid fluff, just raw, unfiltered power. It pumps out 603 horsepower, and when you fire it up, that engine sings. Like proper, hair-raising, goosebumps everywhere, racer's symphony kind of singing. It sounds angry, it sounds exotic, and it's one of the reasons why petrol heads worship this car. And speed, this thing hits a top speed of 334 kilometers per hour, or about 208 miles an hour. Even by today's standards, that is ridiculously fast. And here's the wild part. This car has no stability control. It is all driver, no training wheels, no traction nanny saving your butt. You mess up, you pay for it. Which makes the Carrera GT not just fast, but also terrifyingly fun. It's a driver's car, plain and simple. And Lando, of course, being an F1 driver, obviously knows how to tame this beast. For the rest of us, it's more like trying to ride a lightning bolt. And yeah, It's $1.5 million. $1.5 million, and worth every single penny for what it represents. This is not just the car, it is a statement. It's mechanical purity in a carbon fiber suit. It's the kind of car that will never be built again, especially not in today's EV-dominated world. No software tricks, no autopilot, no nonsense. Just a clutch, a gear stick, a V10, and you. And what's even cooler, this is Lando's latest purchase. He's got the modern supercars, the cutting-edge tech, but this shows he's got taste. The Carrera GT is the kind of car that you dream of, but never actually think you'll get to own. Well, unless you're Lando Norris. And just when you think Lando's taste couldn't get any more refined, he throws in a proper legend. Right after the modern muscle of the Carrera GT, Lando reminds us he's also got a deep appreciation for the classics. And not just any classic. We're talking about the Ferrari F40, the holy grail of the 80s supercars and a true icon of automotive history. Now, this isn't just a car, this is the car. The F40 is a straight-up legend. It was the last Ferrari personally approved by Enzo Ferrari himself before he passed away. And honestly, it shows. It's raw, it's aggressive, and it's built for pure driving pleasure. No fancy screens, no driver aids, just you, a twin-turbo V8, and the road. And here's what makes it even cooler. This F40 isn't just another garage queen collecting dust in some billionaire's showroom. Lando actually drives his. He's been spotted multiple times behind the wheel of this red beast, cruising around Monte Carlo like it's just another day. For someone born well after the car was released, it's wild how much he connects with it. But then again, if you're into driving for feel, like Lando obviously is, the F40 is the ultimate experience. Now let's get into the numbers. Under the rear hatch is a 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 pushing out 478 horsepower, and that might not sound like much compared to today's hypercars, but remember, this thing weighs less than most hatchbacks. It's all about that power-to-weight ratio, and it still manages a top speed of 323 kilometers an hour, which is absolutely insane for a car from the late 80s. When you hit the throttle in an F40, you are not just accelerating. You are time-traveling back to an era where performance was wild, unfiltered, and slightly terrifying in the best way possible. The F40 also holds a special place in Lando's heart. It's been his favorite car forever. And he's not alone. It was one of the favorite of Lewis Hamilton, another F1 superstar who knows a thing or two about some great cars. There's just something about that wedge shape, those pop-up headlights, and the completely unhinged turbo lag that makes this car a cult favorite. But not everything's been smooth sailing. In a moment that probably still haunts Lando a little, his beloved F40 was involved in a minor accident. Not even by him. One of his friends took the car out for a spin while Lando wasn't around, and yeah, things did not go well. It was a reminder that no matter how cool and careful you are, trusting someone with a $2 million Ferrari can end in disaster. And yeah, that's right, this car can cost anywhere between $1.5 million to $2 million, depending on condition and mileage. So it's not just an emotional favorite, it's also a serious investment. But let's be honest, for Lando, this isn't about resale value, it's about owning a piece of racing history and enjoying it the way it was meant to be enjoyed. And just when you thought Lando's collection was all about sleek European supercars and modern engineering, he throws a massive curveball. And what a beautiful curveball it is. The 1965 Shelby Cobra 427. Now, for those who don't know, the Cobra 427 is a beast born from the minds at Ford and Shelby American. And yes, Ken Miles, the same racing legend immortalized in Ford v Ferrari, played a key role in testing and developing it. So we're not just talking about a collector's item here. This is a car that helped define what performance meant in the 60s. And Lando, he's got one sitting pretty in his garage, worth a solid $1.6 million. That's not just a buy, that's a flex. Under the hood is a massive 7-liter V8 engine, and it puts out 485 horsepower. But it's not just the numbers. It's the way this thing feels. There's no electronic stability control, no paddle shifters, no frills, just raw mechanical violence in a tiny, lightweight chassis that wants to kill you in the most fun way possible. And while its top speed is 262 kilometers an hour, the way it gets there is loud, aggressive, and utterly intoxicating. For Lando, this car isn't just a weekend cruiser, it's one of his personal favorites. That is huge. I mean, here's a guy who drives multi-million-dollar hypercars for a living, and he still makes time to appreciate the Shelby Cobra 427. That says a lot. It's not the fastest in his collection, it's not the newest, but it might just have the most soul. And just when you think Lando's collection is all about low-sitting supercars and old-school legends, he throws in a little practicality. You know, Lambo style. Enter the Lamborghini Urus, Lando's daily driver with supercar DNA, and trust me, this isn't just any SUV. This thing is a monster in disguise. He picked up this blacked out beauty for around $273,880, and honestly, for someone like Lando, that's practically just pocket change. But don't let the SUV badge fool you. Under the hood, the Urus packs a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, cranking out a wild 657 horsepower. Yeah, heard that right. This family driver will launch you from 0 to 100 faster than most sports cars and hit a top speed of 305 kilometers an hour. That is not just fast for an SUV, that is supercar level ridiculous. And of course, Lando was spotted driving around Monaco in it, casually flexing through those tight streets like it's no big deal. But that's what makes the Urus such a boss move. It gives him the space and comfort of an SUV while still letting him feel like he's driving something worthy of a racetrack. It's got all the wild styling you'd expect from a Lamborghini, and it still manages to be kinda low-key. Well, you know, as low-key as a Lambo can get. For a guy who lives life in the fast lane, the Urus is the perfect balance. It's the kind of car you'd take out when you want to grab groceries in style, or hit the road with your crew without leaving the power behind. Whether he's zipping through Monaco or heading to a Grand Prix weekend, this is probably the car that gets the most use in his fleet. So while the Cobra brings the thunder, the F40 brings the nostalgia, and the McLaren brings the cutting-edge tech, the Lamborghini Urus, that one brings everyday fun. It's fast, flashy, and practical-ish. And for Lando, that's just another way to keep his car game unbeatable. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more insane celebrity car collections. See you next time, gearheads.